Guys, so today we're going to do a pretty cool little video. We're going to have a 1/4-inch impact shootout and find out who is the baddest of the baddest. So you guys stick around because this one should be pretty interesting. Alright guys, like I said in the intro, today we're going to see who has got the strongest 1/4-inch impact. If you guys watched the video that we did on the Mac 1/4-inch impact, it was pretty impressive, and I don't know that anybody else can stand up to the pressure that that little gun put out. But I don't know that for a fact. So today we're going to take the big boys or the big players of the game, and we're going to see who has got the strongest one. We have the Snap-on CT761 ACQ, I believe it is. It's the same body as the CT761 3/8 impact driver, except it's got the 1/4-inch head on it. We're going to try it. We've got the Milwaukee 2857 18 volt. We've got the 2558. It's kind of scratched off, but it's the 12 volt version of the Milwaukee 1/4-inch gun. And of course we have the Mac MCF801. So what we're going to do, we're going to use the Mac 1/4-inch to 3/8 adapter, and we've got a little test rig set up over here. We've got an old brake rotor with some F250 studs in it, and we've got a 21mm lug nut. What we're going to do, each one's going to have their own lug stud to start with. Like this one may be the Snap-on and the Mac, and then the two Milwaukees. We'll write it on here which one belongs to what, and we'll start out and move up the ladder in torque. And whoever fails, they're out. It's sudden death, elimination. You can't get it loose. Everybody else does. You're out of the game. So what we'll do, we'll start off, since most, like car lug nuts are about 80 pounds. We'll start off with 80 pounds, and then we'll work our way up, and whoever's left standing will be the king of the 1/4-inch impacts as far as we can test. So you guys, this could be pretty cool, and we'll know who's got the baddest of the baddest 1/4-inch. After doing the test with the Mac, I'm putting my money on the Mac. What you doing?
On the Mac.
You going on the Mac? What about you?
Definitely on the Mac.
Alright, let's get started. Alright guys, one thing we do need to take in consideration before we actually compare these, you can't really compare apples to apples, even though they are 1/4-inch impact drivers, all of them. Each one of them are different. This is an 18 volt, this is a 12 volt, this is a 14.4, and this is a 12 volt. So comparatively, these two should be about the same. So you do have to take the voltage in consideration, but this is just kind of a fun thing to see who has the strongest tool. So that's what we're looking at. Alright, I'm just going to run them down and bump them, and then going to torque them, and then we'll assign everybody a hole and go from there. Just to keep it interesting, we'll do the Milwaukee 18, and then we'll put the Milwaukee 12 over here. We'll do the Snap-on on this one, and we'll do the Mac on the top one. So we'll start off at 80 and see what happens. Nobody should struggle at this. I would hope. At least maybe not. So the Milwaukee 18 volt, 80 foot-pounds, no problem. Get the Snap-on. No problem. last but not least, the Milwaukee 12 volt. No sweat. So we'll move up to, you want to do it by 20? Move it to 100 because 80 wasn't any sweat for anyone.
I know, right? Well, it was just a 205.
We'll start with the M18, 100 foot-pounds, no big deal. Snap on, no big deal. No big deal for the Mac, and the 12 volt. No big deal. Run them back down. Do 120. Start with an M18. No sweat. That was kind of style. Snap on. Mac. And the 12 volt. Anybody want to change their answers? So that was 120. Everybody's still in the game. Let's go to 140. Alright, so 140, we'll start with a Milwaukee M18. No big deal. Gun's strong. Snap on. Alright. And the 12 volt. No big deal. The Milwaukee's seem like they hit faster. Alright, so that was 140. Everybody's still hanging tight. Bump it up to 160.
Just like earlier, these lug studs are going to drop out.
160 M18. No big deal. Last but not least, the 12 weight. $180. That's impressive. Everybody's doing a great job. It's like a T-ball, everybody get a participation trophy right now.
Stud's about gone. Move back up to the big one.
Alright, so Milwaukee M18, 180 foot-pounds. Is that right? She didn't like that. She did it. She didn't like it. So, it did it, but I don't know what happened. It's got a blue line on it.
That's the one key.
Alright, so now the snap on. It did it too, but it didn't like it. Somebody's definitely going out next round. Mac. On my bounce. And last but not least, the M12. It seemed like it did a better job than the M18. That's crazy. Alright, so I don't think we're going to get any more out of the lug studs, do you? You think it's pulling it? Alright, we'll switch to our other rig. We'll have to just do 2 at a time. And somebody's definitely going out this round. So it's not going to really be that big a deal. Somebody, without a doubt, is going to fail in this one. So we'll use the shallow 24mm. Everybody used the same bit. Everybody used the same socket.
I guess not.
Alright, so that's 200 foot-pounds. So we'll do the Milwaukee first, M18. I said that wasn't no problem. There's the snap-on, 200. I say that's a fail. So snap-on is out.
Keep going.
I gotta get this bit out of here. There we go. So snap-on was last place. Will be next in 200 foot-pounds, and that's what it is ready for. It's moving, but it's very slow. I wonder if the impact sockets will have, let's try the deep on it to see if that'll make a difference. And if so, we'll bring the snap-on back in the game, give it another shot. Don't think she's gonna do it. Definitely don't think it's gonna be done. So we'll try. You want to torque that back just in case it did wiggle some. Just in case it did wiggle some.
It moved.
So the only two left is the Milwaukee's, right? Is this the one you just tore?
That's this one. Yeah.
So this is the M12 at 200 foot-pounds. Alright, so we got the two Milwaukee's left in the game. The snap-on and the mat both failed with 200, so I guess that'd be a tie. So
We're going up 5, 10.
let's do 10. And neither one of them seem to struggle at 200. And you can see it's not hot. I'm holding it, so I mean it's not. I know everybody likes to scream superheated bolt, but everybody's fighting the same thing. So that's 210, right?
Actually 211, but we'll 211 and 212.
All right, so the M18 at 210. I'd eat that like a minute. M12 at 210. Alright, Milwaukee's in third place. Let's go up and see if that M18 will do. It can't hurt nothing to see, you know.
220?
Go ahead and do 230 on that one. In case it does the 220. That's the only way we're gonna know what it can do.
That's right.
So 220, 230. M18. No sweat. 230. Oh! We had a failure. We got another one, don't we? I should have took a picture of that. Dude, I would have never in a million years. So we're at 230 foot-pounds, right? She did it. Let's go to 235 and 240. We'll either twist the guts out of it. 235. .235 M18 still in the game. It's like what? It's like it was just pissed off at that point. This is 240. The battery dead. See what it'll do.
See if there's not something going on with this motor. It's going back down to 235.
Yeah. I'm getting you to see the numbers. Alright, 235 again. Alright, I got an idea. Give me 1 second. Let me go get
A little bit easier on that side.
Alright, this is my M18 and it's cold.
This
So
is
we'll
235 and this one's a 240.
235, 240. Alright.
Wow.
Well, that's two adapter
We got a
bits.
few more.
235. May just snap it too. No sweat. 240. No sweat. Run her on down. Let's see what it'll do. Goodness. Think it's gonna do it?
I think it's gonna do it. I think it's gonna do it. Or it's
not
gonna
hot
break
at
the
all.
tool. If the tool could hold up, I think it would.
It's not hot at all. So 245, right? $260 and $265, I guess. All right,
We're recording.
This is pretty comical. We've got a 3/4 inch torque wrench out to test the output strength of a 1/4 inch bit driver. And as you can see, it is been calibrated 1/19 of 19. I mean, it's not super fresh, but we don't use it that much. So let's do it.
Operation.
Go ahead. You need to set it.
Oh.
You have to let everybody see it get set, because 60 foot-pound. Make sure she's going forward. For a 1/4 inch bit driver. So that's 260, 270. This bit's gonna have to break. 260. Now that was all right. Let me back up just a second before we go to the next one. That was about 10 minutes between times to dig out the torque wrench and the adapters and the different sockets. So there's no heat in these bolts or nuts. Let me be extremely clear about that to start with. Like zero heat. So it just did 260. So now we're gonna do 270. What'd you say this was rated at?
166 is what it's advertised at.
Okay. 270 foot-pounds, right? All right, I'm satisfied. It might do 265, but you know, there's no doubt that the impacts all did a fantastic job. They all did greater than I expected them should be able to do. Of course, we lost a couple of bit adapters in the process, but we'll go over here and run through the impacts real quick and show them to you guys. All right, guys. So the M18 quarter-inch driver did 260 foot-pounds. Now, granted, we did switch tools. This was the one that we used up until that point, which made it the winner of every other impact. And we just wanted to see kind of what the max torque was. So we switched to my gun and got 260, and it failed at 270. Third place was the 12 volt Milwaukee, and the Mac and the Snap-on both come in last place. And in this test, they both failed at 200. They did 190, but they failed to get off 200. The previous test that we did with the Mac impact, you know, it did 200 plus. So I don't know. I guess it just depends on what day it is, the temperature, the humidity, or even, you know, the test apparatus. Which now we did take this impact to the Mac, so we may have caused some internal damage to it, which failed to let it complete as well as it should have in this test. This was a brand new quarter-inch impact driver. How old was yours?
It's been used very little.
Very little use. So anyway, they all did extremely well. I feel confident that no matter what brand that you choose, for what it's designed for, it should be able to do anything that you may need to do. Of course, nobody's realistically going to take off lug nuts with a quarter-inch impact. But I guess in a bad case, if you have to, it will work, obviously. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Milwaukee M18 is definitely the clear winner today in their 18 volt lineup. Like always, thanks for watching. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Click that subscribe button. It's free. You never know what kind of crap we're going to tear up next, so hit that button and get in on this. You guys have a great week, and we'll catch y'all next time.